Welcome, Brian from the Disability Digest. In this video, we'll have a general conversation about how to use one of the best kept secrets in the disability space, which is Centers for Independent Living. And you're looking at a website right now that we will use as kind of the foundation to start your navigation from. And you can get to this by having it emailed to you from one of our advocates here, or at the top of most Disability Digest web pages there is a members area and you can get to section 8. So these organizations are government funded and run by individuals that are on disability or seniors, or there's traditional paid staff. And they do great work, and they exist everywhere in the U.S., and I'll show you that in a moment. So some of the services that you can seek out is treatment options like low cost, no cost treatment. Now they don't provide treatment, but they know in the local region in which they served what clinics are available. Financial assistance, like the organizations here in Vermont are associated with Catholic Charities, and they'll provide food assistance, fuel assistance, domestic violence assistance, things like that, and from a financial perspective. Legal aid, if somebody is in need of free legal aid to a good example of that, let's say somebody has a disability review, and attorneys typically don't take those cases, but somebody at legal aid may. That's a great service. Housing is another really good service. They don't provide housing, but they know what the housing options are in the area. Commonly, these agencies have housing counselors, which is like a version of a real estate agent that you could go to with a budget, desired area that you want to live, the type of home configuration or housing configuration that you want, and they'll help you. Transportation, doctor's appointments, ride to, ride from, stuff like that, support groups and more. Those are the core services, and each individual location provides different services unique to the community or depending on what's available. So I'm going to show you now how to use a directory that it might not, when you're watching this video, there'll be a link below to the directory. It might not appear exactly as it does in the video right now, but you'll end up on a page like this. So who wants to give me an example in the audience of a Center for Independent Living in their area? Test me out. All right. Location. Joshua Tree, California. All right. Let's do it. Now, of course, this is probably one of the most difficult states because there's so many of them. So what I did is I clicked on the state of California. I'm just going to go back and do that again for those that are watching. On the map, you just hover over California, and I clicked on it. And all these red dots are different centers for independent living. So I am looking here, there's Joshua Tree. I'm going to zoom in a little bit more. Palm Desert, and what's this one here? When you hold your mouse over the red and click on it, it'll give you the name of it. So which one do you think is closer, Palm Desert, or this one looks like it's up in like the San Bernardino area? Would it be Palm Desert? Okay. Okay. So these cover like a, in rural areas they cover a large geographical footprint. So like in Vermont, there's one in Burlington that covers most of northern Vermont. So I expect that's what's going on here. So when I click on the red, we call that like bubble, the name comes up, and I don't know if you can see it on your screen as you're watching, but it says Community Access Center, Palm Desert. So that's the name of it. Now when I go down below, I'm going to look for Community Access Center, and they're organized alphabetically. So I'm in the A's right now. And Community Activity, Community Access Center. Okay, is this the right one? This is in Riverside, Community Desert Hot Springs. This looks like it right here. Palm Drive, Desert Hot Springs, California. Does that make sense? Okay. So this is the contact information for that local center. It has the phone number, email address, the director's name. There's a lot of information here. They have Facebook pages. Just going to jump out to there so you can have a look at their Facebook page and events and what's going on. And then you can contact them. Just a tip on contacting. There's two things to consider. If you're not in need of any services, I'd certainly, as a disability recipient or somebody going through the process, I encourage you to make yourself aware of what your center offers, because maybe you don't think you need anything, but maybe there's something that they have that would be helpful for you. That's one. Two, these organizations are good and they generate results, but they're very busy. So if you're going to contact one, I encourage you to have a plan in place so that you come across as being well organized. And I'll go back to the housing example. If you were to just call randomly and say, I'm looking for housing in the area, that's going to be a tough one to fill. But if you call and you say, I'm on Social Security disability, my check is take home $1,237, I have a child under 18 with me, we could work with a 1-bedroom studio, but a 2-bedroom would be great, and I have mobility issues and I need to be on the first floor, and I don't want to live in this area of town, but I would live other places. If you provide those type of details and you have it, prepared and written up, you're going to get the best results from an organization like this. Another consideration would be for treatment. Let's say I'm applying for Social Security disability benefits. I can't afford insurance, pretty common. I'm looking for low cost, no cost treatment options that are available in the area, and my primary conditions that I'm looking to have treated are this. So those are two tips. Anything to add from those that are listening in the audience today? Questions that you may have? Other points I may have missed that would be good to know? Great. Thanks for listening. All right, I'm going to wrap this up. Thanks, everybody. Contact your local center for independent living.